right, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak, Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, and also peace and safety to the Akim that spread across the four corners of the world, is pushing out this truth with all diligence and putting their lives on the line to do so. I am the brother Karatazai of Great Millstone, Atlanta. Here with you with the in transit, on the way to camp. So I don't have, the scriptures actually pull it up. But I just wanted to go into the, the topic of watching and praying. All right, because that's really the spirit that a prophet, of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is supposed to be in, man. Is watching, the news, and the current events that's going on, in, not only in America but the world in general, because that all plays a major role, in prophecy, in which ultimately prophecy leads to, our salvation, So the scripture tells us to watch, therefore, and pray. So we also pray unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, that, he intensifies, things, that he protects us and our loved ones, for the said coming, for the said trouble that's coming, watch over, the Akim and their families, and so on and so forth. All right. So it's important for us, not to, it's important for us to be sober, like the scripture tells us, in 1 Peter, the 5th chapter, to be sober and circumspect, man. Because Satan, as a roaring lion, is seeking whom he can devour, loosely paraphrasing. All right? So Satan is on the prowl. All right? So if you're being hunted, if you're not watching, then the enemy can sneak up on you. All right? And also, that comes with, understanding the importance of prophecy, the truth of it. All right? Because a lot of these camps, they go off on prophecy, man. On Jacob's trouble, on, America, and so on and so forth. And that ultimately is going to lead to their destruction, because that warning isn't being sent out. That warning isn't being given, to their listeners so they can take heed from, man. All right? But starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, that warning, that's mentioned in Ezekiel the 33rd chapter, we've taken heed of that because it was told to us, man. All right, and we did our own research, and we see that martial law, is liable to take effect. It's in LA right now. What else? Concentration camps. Famines, pestilence. We can see all of it, man. All right, because not only did the apostles and elders, warn us of it, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, but we see it as well through our own understanding, through our own studies, man. All right, and that's why we try to tell these followers or these other guys, hey, look up certain information yourself, and stop solely listening to whoever is the head, or whoever you're following, man. Just taking their word as law. The scriptures is law, man. All right. And that's what's going to save your life at the end of the day. Okay. So going back to the initial point, it's important for us to watch and pray, man. We see what's going on in the Middle East, Israel and Iran, Russia and Ukraine. Major war is brewing, man. World War III, like it tells us in Matthew the 24th chapter, these are the beginning, sorrows, man. All right? We hear the wars and rumors of wars, and we see them, you know? So this isn't a time to be, you know, lollygagging or, you know, slothful, you know, that woe is me spirit. No thing. Everything is about to intensify, man. You know, our lives are about to intensify, man. It's where we have to be more on point, you know, more sharp with our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Because like Isaiah 33rd chapter tells us, that wisdom and knowledge is basically our ticket out of here, man. You know, that's our stability. That's our foundation. Okay, so we have to lock in. All right, and a form of locking in is going into these, you know, the breakdowns and, you know, the Hebrew. You know, like I mentioned before, the current world news. You know, seeing what's going on. You know, a lot of our people, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American, don't even know that Israel and Iran is going at it, and you don't know that the effect that it can take on America. All right, because America is involved. All right, why? Because America and Israel, you know, is basically alliances with each other. All right, and even Trump tries to deny it, like he didn't know that Israel was going to shoot, you know, missiles on Iran, but he knew the whole time. Okay, so that's how America is involved, and like the scriptures say, and ultimately these other countries, you know, the Lord's gonna put the spirit on them, you know, to shoot missiles at America. You know, the scripture said, "Let the weak say, I am strong." You know, they're turning their pruning hooks into swords. You know, so basically they're going to be putting all of their might, finances, you know, everything into their military, man. All right, and we see that. Okay, so this is the beginning stages, like I mentioned, that it says in Matthew the 24th chapter. Okay, so we got to continue to watch, therefore, and pray to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, that everything goes, you know, in the way that's positive for us, man. All right, Lord willing, we be of the elect. Okay, so I just wanted to touch on that. You know, Lord willing, it was edifying. Go ahead and close up by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, B'Shem Ruach HaKodesh, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone,